start this drive out on the ground. And some room to run now. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Uses this stiff arm. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Now a handoff running through the middle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. The Panthers had 8 and 5 to start play. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Lance and company going on 4th down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Ron Thornhill. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, he can't hold him.
And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Pat Surtain up to make the play. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
Anytime you can hold a team to less than 10 points, your expectation winning that game has to be sky high. In fact, you'd be absolutely stunned to come away with a loss in that one. Could you imagine going to the press conference and trying to explain that?
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, you've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Wilson. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 59 yards. Now a receiver in motion left. Barkley. Yeah, this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And Hilton, the man in motion. On 2nd and goal, Wilson Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Marquise Goodwin with his second touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Pushes him over. And they're knocking on the door now. As a good run there, going to take this to about the 10-yard line. Right back to him on first down. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Now a toss here, short side. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be third and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Lance to throw for it on fourth down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't get. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. They'll try the right side here. Barkley. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Here's second and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Wilson. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Saquon Barkley running right. And he's got room. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's a first and 10 at the 14-yard line. They keep it with Barkley on first down. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a second and 6. As a jet sweep, Wilson with a little pop pass. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. A handoff to Barkley. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
4th down. Here's Wilson. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Steelers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0.
Panthers, Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Take it in at the 3. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already shown in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
Oh, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach have already made that decision.
Ready.
And they'll go for it. Lance. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Saquon Barkley. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it is 28-0.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 96 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. And that one heck of a run right there. Once he got loose, you could tell that he was going to run a long way. That was pretty impressive. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get this down to the 38.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. On fourth down, Lance. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they have now gone for it on fourth 4 times, and they have converted no times.
I know we talk about analytics and how it's entered into the game, and there's a good percentage that says go for it. You will actually make a good percentage. In this case, the analytics just went right out the window. 0 for 4. They've got to start looking at things in a different way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. He's got a man complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Steelers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Lance. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and trying not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Richie James as the first half is winding down. And the Steelers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Boswell good with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. In motion, the tight end. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he will be out of bounds with no time remaining on what will be the final action of this first half. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3.
Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. A short kick taken at the 18.
The Panthers take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. Lance going to try to throw for this. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Wilson. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A first down carry for Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Steelers continue to pour it on. They go up by 40 now. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. A short kick taken at the 18. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration.
And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Richie James. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As that ball got away from him and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
In motion left goes Hilton. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 10, Wilson. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position. Now facing 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they...
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Let's go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down at 11. Now a handoff as they run left side. 226 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. For a lot of people, MVP award means a quarterback award usually, but over 100 yards again last week. They're going to have to look his way more than once when giving out this award this season, I think.
Yeah, it's not just the consistency. There's been some plays that we've seen where we talk about him for weeks thereafter. That's what we're getting out of him. Over 100 yards last week. Expects to continue that in this game, too.
They get 5, and it will go ahead and move the chains. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ultra. Go Ultra.
On second down, they'll run it here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Panthers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here. But it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From just inside the 20, a short kick.
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. He goes 81 yards on the kickoff return. And the Steelers look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Powering forward. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. A good response by the defense, setting them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Meanwhile, Lance's throw brought in by Watson. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Desperation time here. Lance looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to work his way down to the 16. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the 1st as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Hey, cross deal. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. They'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Levi Wallace with a pick.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. It is fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
36 fouls. Got it.
And Hilton, the man in motion. They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Deep ball for Goodwin. It got his man complete. And he is going to have the Steelers' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's got this to Pickens. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lance. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man complete. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And Lance going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap 1.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
Now a play fake. Lance. And now here is another interception. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Steelers, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will get another road test next week as they head to Vegas to take on the Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.
2.